So Hail Caesar is the next film from the legendary Coen Brothers. It follows a Hollywood producer during the 1950s named Edward Mannix as he tries to keep all his studio stars in line. One such star named Baird Whitlock is working on his biggest movie ever, Hail Caesar. This is until Whitlock is kidnapped by an organization calling themselves The Future, and now it's up to Mannix to try and get him back. So if you're wondering why I sound awful today, it's because I sound awful all the time, but if you're wondering why I sound especially awful today, it's because I have a massive cold and I am absolutely exhausted. Holy Mary Mother. I have tons of tests coming up and I have the ACT on Saturday, so yeah, that's gonna be fun. And I'm exhausted because it's approximately almost 11. And I recorded this already, but the audio didn't record, so this is my second time recording. So much fun! So I was really excited about this movie for a number of reasons. Number one, it's the Coen Brothers. The Coen Brothers are two of my favorite writer-directors of all time. Those two being involved alone were enough to get me interested into this movie. The movie also has an amazing cast with Josh Brolin, George Clooney, Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson, and many more. However, I was kind of disappointed by this cast, but I'll explain why later. I also love the time period and setting this movie took place in. 1950s Hollywood, I think, is one of the coolest settings for a movie. Mainly because this was kind of the golden age for cinema. It was a wonderful time to be alive, where if you actually wanted to be successful and popular, you actually had to be good at stuff, unlike today. So with all those things, this should be a masterpiece, right? I mean, it seems to have the recipe for success, so how could this possibly go wrong? I was waltzing into the movie all excited to watch it, and then I came out and I was all like, huh. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe this movie. Huh. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It's just, it didn't really leave much of an impact on me. Alright, let's talk about the good stuff first. For one, the writing, as always, is overall pretty good. Just the way the characters talk to each other just seems so natural and just really, really works. The movie also looks really good. There are some really great set pieces. The camera work is very well done. It looks very old school, which I really like. And the acting's also really good. I mean, Josh Brolin gives a great performance. Alden Ehrenreich gives also a really good performance. And George Clooney plays George Clooney, but he does a good job. Now you may be asking, what about all the other characters, Aiden? Don't they play a big part of this movie? Well, not really. You see, I felt the advertising for this movie was kind of misleading. It made it seem like Mannix got all these people together to find Whitlock, but really it's just Mannix and one other person who really engage in this main plot line. The rest is just Mannix trying to stop all the other people from doing something stupid, and that's about it, and they didn't really connect to the rest of the story. And the actors just aren't really given much to do, like they're barely even in the movie. Ralph Fiennes was fantastic, but he's barely in it. Channing Tatum was fantastic, but he's barely in it. Scarlett Johansson was fantastic, but she's barely in it. Tilda Swinton was fantastic, but she's barely in it. Jonah Hill and Frances McDormand are cameos. They have about 2 lines and add nothing to the movie. At least, that's what I initially thought, and I'll explain more what I mean by that in a sec. For a movie that advertised itself as a hardcore comedy, it's not really that funny. Don't get me wrong, there are some really, really good comedic scenes in this, and there are some funny parts. But a lot of the movie, just to put it simply, is just kind of boring, kind of uninteresting, and I found that kind of shocking with these directors and these actors in this setting. But you see, here's the big point I want to make about this movie. I feel like it may be a movie that I have to see more than once. You see, I'm pretty sure people are not going to get this movie. They're going to think it's boring, they're going to think it's stupid, and yeah, I can definitely see why, but I really think there is more under the surface here that I need to really analyze a bit more the next time I see it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you don't understand the complexity of the Coen Brothers, because I am 100% certain that 99% of the people watching this video are way, 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 way smarter than I am.
You smart.
Thank you, DJ. But the point I'm trying to make here is that I think it's a movie that requires several screenings to really get the real core of it, because I know the Coen Brothers are smarter than this. I know that they wouldn't make mistakes that I found in this movie, so I know there must be something a little bit deeper. So I can't really recommend that you should see this movie right away in the theater right now. Well, because we're in school, so that'd be dumb, but still, I'd recommend that you see it eventually, like watch it on demand, or watch it on Blu-ray, or don't watch it at all and just completely ignore me. Like, any of those are all fine. I know it sounds like I'm bashing the movie, but I'm not. There really is some good stuff in this movie, but the true film fan in me tells me that there's something more in it, and yeah, I'll probably watch it again to see what that is, or there might be nothing there and maybe I'm just an idiot, but hey, that's just me. So yeah, that's all I got. If you hated it, which you probably did because I'm ridiculously sick, sorry. If you liked it, I'll make more in the future when I'm not sick, maybe, I don't know. See you guys later.